All right, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Keeping Up with Housekeeping. Thank you for being here today. This is very important recording for us. We're going to share a lot of great information, and we also are going to share a lot of upcoming changes as well, temporary changes that we're going to have in housekeeping. First of all, I just wanted to say congratulations to our EVS team. We are actually in the middle of Housekeeping Week. For those that did not know, we're celebrating Housekeeping Week once a year, and this is the week that we're celebrating our wonderful team. So we have had a great intro to celebration of our week. We started off with what? Lunch.
We started off with the lunch. We had a nice little video. A nice little gift for everybody.
Yes, so we're doing one thing positive and a small detail for everybody in our department. So thank you for everything you guys always do. We appreciate everything. We pretty much always say thank you for what you do every day, because we're very fortunate to have a great team, and especially a team like Cindy has been here for a long time, and a team like many of our housekeeping team members like Maida that's been here for 20 years. Also a great team like Martha that's been here for 17 years. Kathy has been here for 5 years on the other side. Cindy's going on her 12 years of employment with us. So we're very fortunate to have these team members stay with us, and it's because of them that we continue to provide this great service. So thank you again. We appreciate it. Thank you. So what do we have here? So as you guys have noticed, the housekeeping team members sometimes are always with two carts trying to get to your apartment. One car has the cleaning supplies, and then the other car has the linen supplies. So we're trying to make it better for them to maneuver this type of equipment through the hallways. So we're going to be testing this cart here that we have that incorporates both of them in one simple pretty much item. So here you have all the towels that we're going to be providing. All the sheets will be put in here. And then the cleaning caddy, our vacuum cleaner, and everything will be incorporated in one. So there's no more having to struggle with two carts as you go down the hallway. Why is it better? Cindy, can you explain to us why it's better to have this versus the other one?
Well, for one, I mean, it hurts our bodies to push and pull, and it's more convenient to have it all in one.
Yes, it's just to prevent that constant, pretty much movement.
Yes.
It makes it a lot difficult for the team. This is going to be so much better. Cindy's going to be in charge of testing this product. Once we find out if it works and customize it based on what we want, then we will start incorporating it for all the team members in the housekeeping department. We're going to start in the south building, and then we're going to transition to the north building. So that's going to be a great product for the team. So you're going to see Cindy testing it out, okay? We also wanted to let you know of some housekeeping changes. I first of all want to say thank you all for being patient with us. I know that housekeeping in your apartment is a big deal. It does have a big impact in your apartment. And unfortunately, we had to cancel it due to some cases that were happening in both buildings. Now, we got to look at the brighter side, right? Guess what happened? Because of us stopping housekeeping services and all services across campus, we actually took charge of this virus. And it's no longer present in our campus at the moment. So because of those measurements, we were able to control this. So I want to say thank you all for your support, for supporting housekeeping in these efforts. It means a lot to us. We also want to provide this service, and sometimes it's hard for us not to do so. So I want to say thank you again to the team. I know you've been out there wanting to do something that we always do, but unfortunately we had those limitations. What's up to come? What's going to happen? Due to our circumstances, as many of you guys know, with staffing levels, we can only staff one building at a time. Okay? So this is not only a Regency Oaks issue. This is an issue that's happening in many of our sister properties. We all stay connected. We all share best practices. And we also share that this is a concern that's pretty much happening everywhere. What does that mean to us? Well, it's very simple. We will be able to start providing full housekeeping cleaning service effective the 20th, as Brent had previously mentioned on 7/32 this past week. However, the restrictions are going to be we will only service one building a week. So what that means is we will start in the north building on Monday. We're going to work our way down as we usually do it. And then the next building, which is south building, will be provided with towels or sheets if needed. Okay? But they will not receive the full housekeeping service. Now, next week, the following week, on Monday, we're going to cross over. And now we're going to start providing full housekeeping service in the south building. And then the north building will receive what they need as far as sheets and towels. Why are we doing this? Just to make sure we give you the full housekeeping service and not go back to just selecting areas of your apartment. This is so much more beneficial for you. You will still get your full housekeeping service. It's just going to be every other week. Okay?
For how long?
I'd love to tell you it's going to be for just 2 weeks, but unfortunately, I don't have the answer for that. We're working hard with human resources. We're working hard with our leadership team to make sure we hire the right candidates for our operation and make sure that we get back to staffing levels. So we're hoping this is not too long, but again, we don't have the answer for that, okay? Anybody has any other questions?
When was the last time we had our apartment cleaned totally?
That I remember the apartment, it all depends what building it was, but I think it was
In the
probably a
south
good
building.
3 weeks or 4 weeks ago that everybody received full housekeeping service. So it's been roughly about a month.
How do we know? How
Excuse
do
me.
we know when our person will be in our apartment to clean?
So what building are you in?
North.
North building. So on Monday, what floor are you in? Are you on?
Second.
Second floor. So we will follow the normal schedule as we usually follow Monday to Friday. And the housekeepers already have a book with the sequence of the apartments. So they will be able to follow that sequence.
So I have 8:30. I'm first on the list on
There you go. So the time should not be interrupted. Your day will still be met. It's just going to be every other week. Okay? So we'll start next Monday in the north building, and the following Monday we start in the south building following the same schedule. So that way you don't have any interruption on your time. And this helps us out a lot because sometimes some residents were receiving cleaning service on a Sunday. Some residents were receiving cleaning services on a Saturday. So instead of having to change your time around or day around, we're just going to be consistent and follow that schedule. It's just going to be every 2 weeks that your apartment will get cleaned.
When is it gonna start?
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
Question. The last several weeks that I was getting housekeeping, she was coming at a different time every day. How can I find out what time she will be here and be in my apartment next Wednesday? Is
So-
that available somewhere so I can see it?
Unfortunately, we can't meet specific time lots, but you will go back to the normal housekeeping service times you had before.
I didn't have a normal time. That's
You
what
never
I'm
had a
saying.
normal time
No.
ever?
Sometimes it was 9 o'clock, sometimes it was 11 o'clock, sometimes it was in the afternoon.
Yeah, mine
Okay.
too.
I'm going to get your apartment number, and I will make sure I'll follow up with a call to make sure that we let you know roughly what time it is.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't guarantee specific times because our operation changes. We could be 15 minutes early, we can be 15 minutes late. But we do try to meet specific early days or afternoon.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to start with, I'd like to commend you and your staff for the wonderful work you're doing under the circumstances. Now,
Thank you.
are they understaffed? Is that what the bottom line is here?
Correct. It's just staffing
You're
levels we need to
understaffed,
bring back
'cause
up.
I
Correct.
don't see, all the people around. So the situation is we have to deal with what the heck's going on.
You're absolutely right. We are dealing with the current changes and challenges we're being faced. We're still interviewing candidates. We're still moving forward with the pool of candidates we have. It is just a situation that we're all going through. We don't have a lot of candidates applying, or the pool it's not as big as it used to be before. And again, this is something that it's not only at Regency Oaks. This is pretty much everywhere.
So in other words, what you're saying is we'll just what you're doing for us now is only a temporary thing.
Absolutely.
That's
It
all
is
it
a
is.
temporary
So
thing.
that you're gonna change it, we'll get used to this way, and then after, in our head, you're gonna change it.
Yep, that's a great statement. It's not a permanent thing. It's just a temporary till we get back to staffing levels.
Well, I think I know it's not your problem, but before you do anything, I think you should make sure we have it up to where we understand. Don't forget, you're dealing with senior citizens, okay? And we have a tendency of, doing I have two cots on down here on P107. One is at the end, the one is in the beginning. I don't get my cleaning sometimes until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's better than nothing.
Sometimes.
That's right, thank you.
And some people on this side will get it earlier. Now, why can't you coordinate it so that we all get it together? Rather than not that it's a big deal, but if you had a system whereby you could do one floor, you have 2 people, you get them in, they get them out. They do them in hotels and stuff. Why can't it be done that way?
Yeah, we have a really good system. The reason why you was receiving late services again was because of staffing levels. We had to just move things around. But this way, having 5 people focus in one building as we used to have it before, is just going to give you that consistency you're looking for. Okay? It's just going to be alternating between weeks and buildings. Yes.
I would like to say,
They don't have the help,
I
I know.
think this system that you just presented to us is very reasonable for now and for this time. However, like they said, as long as it's not permanent, and if it does become permanent, I would like to see a reduction in my monthly fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for highlighting that. It's not permanent. This is not permanent. This is just while we work on getting the community back to where it needs to be, okay? So
Yeah.
you at home, remember, this is not permanent.
Wait.
This is just going to be temporarily
Okay.
until we inform you.
How can we be compensated?
Compensated?
Yeah.
I can give you a big hug.
No.
Yeah.
That
no,
doesn't
I don't-
count?
I don't mean that, really. That's not you personally.
So,
I mean, we were guaranteed housekeeping, okay? They don't dust, they don't do this, they don't do that. So, we're being inconvenienced here.
okay.
And then maybe you're not the one to address the situation,
That's right.
okay?
That's right.
Brent should have been here, or somebody should have been here. We know we're understaffed,
is.
not
Oh,
only here.
we have a
but
special
others
guest. We have a special guest here with
Here
us,
he
so
is. All right.
I'll leave it up to Brent. I'll make sure that I'm recording correctly.
So Brant is here, and okay, camera.
Yeah,
sorry.
camera's
Thank
there.
you. So there is no compensation, and but I do want to say thank you for being a part of our family, and thank you for helping us work through a family problem. This is pretty widespread. It's not just limited to dining.
We're not talking about widespread, we're talking about Regency Oaks, right here, right now.
Yeah.
We're paying a lot of money.
So this is pretty widespread. It's not limited to just dining and housekeeping and maintenance and my clinical teams. This is campus wide. It's across the city. It's across the state. It's across the nation. I'm sure all of you are reading the papers and are on top of the news. This is going to be a challenging time. And so what we're asking for is, as part of our family, to step up and support us and help us get through this. And are you going to be inconvenienced? Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry for that. I also am very appreciative of your support. I know I can count on you for that.
You can. You can.
Thank you.
So,
Any other questions?
Yeah, does housekeeping take care of other areas besides the units, or is that other departments?
Yes. So we, while we're not in your apartment, we've been taking care of the common areas and doing special projects,
Like the pool?
like the pool. Yes.
I've got some pictures from the pool.
Okay.
There has been a blue frog that died 3 weeks ago, and it's been drying out ever since, 3 weeks. The windowsills have not been wiped off in 4 weeks. And there's a Band-Aid that somebody pulled out of the pool.
Okay.
And it's been sitting there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Does anybody ever clean that?
Yeah, we have a scheduled program where they have to go around the pool
How
and
often?
sweep. He's actually there today.
Oh,
Is this a once a year?
No, not at all. We do a deep cleaning every 6 months in that area, but he should be going there every single day as part of our lobby duties.
Okay, will that take care of the scum that gathers around the top of the water?
That's probably a different service, but I'll be more than happy to sit with you after the meeting
Okay.
and just go over the areas that we are responsible for.
Yeah,
That way
I
you have
wonder
more
if-
clarification.
Because it's good for my health, and then if it's not clean, is it really good for my health?
Okay.
I have a genuine concern about it.
Absolutely.
I'm not picking on you.
No, I totally understand, but I'll be more than happy to give you the information you
Okay,
need.
thank you very much.
Okay?
Fran,
My
I-
pleasure.
Excuse me, another question now. Are you allowing people to go into the apartments now?
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, then you can put a work order in about doing the filters.
So the filters it's every, I think, 4 months, and we're just about ready to do the filter change.
They just changed them and they're going to change them again.
Yeah. So we are at the end of the cycle. It's coming up. I don't know if it's next week or the week after.
When they do the filters, this is maintenance, right?
Yes.
Would they please leave a note that says they've done the filters?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, but they should.
Yeah, we don't do that, and here's why. When we are doing filters, we start at one end of the apartment, or start at one end of the hallway, 5th floor, and we go right through the building. We do every single filter. The only ones that we don't do are those residents who have specifically requested that we not enter their apartment if they are out. And so on filter day, if you haven't put in that request, you're getting a new filter. That's a little different than a work order. If you put a work order in and invite us into your apartment to do a repair and you're not home, we will leave you a note. But we don't leave a note when we're doing filter changes, because I would guess that 100+ folks are not there when we go in to do the filter change. So on filter changing day, everybody gets a filter. We don't leave notes. The only people who don't get filters are those residents who have specifically requested that we not enter their apartment.
How do we know it's a filter changing day?
It's always, there's always a memo in your box.
Well, that's news.
You also can catch it on 732 and the whiteboard.
I want everyone to know that I think you should do everything in your power to keep these two with you. Because to me, they care about us, they treat us like we're their grandparents, and I think that's a blessing from the Lord.
I think I couldn't agree
And
with you
he
more.
tries so hard, God love him. It's just, there's no way he can make us all happy at the time. But after we go home and think, then we accept everything you say with an open heart. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so, just one other thing. I don't know how much you get out, but if you've gone to a restaurant in Pinellas County, there are restricted hours in their dining rooms. You know that they're relying heavily on takeout. You know that their wait times that used to be you'd walk into Chili's and you could immediately be seated. It's now taking 45, 50 minutes. It's everywhere. If you go to Publix, they are beginning to expand to automated tellers, self-checkout. All of it is because there's no staff. And so, whether you're going to a restaurant or a convenience store or the gas station, there's no staff. And so we're part of a larger, broader community, and we're going to experience the same difficulties as what we're seeing in the broader community. But we're committed to continue to hire, to make sure we bring in the right people, to stick to our standards. We're only going to bring in the best of the best. Every associate that we hire is completely scrutinized. They have a criminal background, a drug test. We make sure that the people who come to Regency Oaks are safe to be here and are committed to providing our level of care and service. We're not going to ever get into a situation where we are just hiring people based upon their ability to draw a breath. We have higher standards. And so we understand that, it may take us some time to recover. This is not going to be a short journey, but we are committed to making sure that we bring in only the best, because that's our standard. And so we're going to have a tough couple of months, but I know we'll get through it.
But in the meantime, you are not neglecting us.
We are not neglecting you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. We're going to have to change some things up. We're going to have to be more effective, better, greater efficiencies. We can't keep doing the same old thing. We're going to have to make some changes, but we'll get through this.
I'm adapting.
Yeah.
I am slowly adapting.
Any other questions? All right, I just want to say thank you all for coming by. Thank you, everybody at home. And don't forget, if you see your housekeeper, show your appreciation. That's Housekeeping Week.
Okay.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Lights is on again.